Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Picking a preschool for your little one can feel overwhelming and even a bit scary sometimes. Our next guest is hoping to make it easier for parents to find the right fit for their child. We welcome the author of The ABCs of Preschool, Jayne. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me, and happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Let's get into it. You have lots of experience in early education. What drew you to this type of work?
I started teaching preschool when I was 19. I got married really young, and it's just been in my blood. I love kids. I started being like the neighborhood babysitter when I was 10. And so I just kind of fell into this career and absolutely loved it. So I've been doing it almost 30 years. I'm dating myself.
That's amazing though. And it takes a lot of energy. It's a big job. So tell me about what should parents and caregivers be looking for in a great preschool for their little ones?
I always say 4 senses. I know we have 5 senses, but I like to focus on the 4. So to find high quality care, you want to look for at first is your sight. Like, what does the school look like? Is it clean? Is it organized? What's the paint color on the wall? And then there's smell. And as we all know, if you're a mom or have little ones, there can be a lot of smells in the early years. But that high quality school is going to smell really good. It's going to be welcoming. Then you have your ears, your sound, your hearing. What does the school sound like? Is it chaotic? Is there just a ton of crying, or are kids laughing and are they engaged? And then the last one I like to say is your feelings. Like, you should leave this school, or you should walk into this school and you should get those warm fuzzies. Like, you found the one, your intuition saying like, this is the school for my child. So I call that the 4 senses, and your intuition, your gut's really going to be your guide.
It's true. Your gut is always going to point you in the right direction if you can listen to it. Are there certain red flags or things to avoid when you're looking at preschools?
Yes, I would say the biggest red flag would be if the staff, the teachers are not engaging with the little ones. And when you walk into a classroom, you want those educators, the teachers, to greet you, to smile, to get down on their knees, to greet your child too. So if that's not happening, that's a really big red flag. I also think if a school is really, really dirty and really chaotic and cluttery, imagine what you're seeing just as a guest, and all the things behind the scenes that aren't getting done, like the filing, like the really important paperwork, safety issues. So if there's just a lot of clutter and it just feels really chaotic, highly, highly red flags.
Okay, those are great things to look for. And you now run your own preschool centers. What are some key things that you focus on, some pillars that you base the centers around?
I believe in the 4 senses, like, truly. That's my success of when everybody walks through my doors. I want them to feel like it's a second home. But I also truly believe that every child is unique and that should be celebrated. I feel as though, as an educator, I want to accept each child just where they are, and I don't want to put them in a box. And so I think the success of my schools is we believe in all the amazing early childhood philosophies, and we offer all the different philosophies. So we're giving different modalities so each child can learn in the way that they're meant to learn.
Do you have advice for parents or caregivers who maybe put their child in a certain preschool and they're just not having the experience that they expected or signed up for in terms of communicating with the administration or even making a change to another location?
Yes, I would say first, definitely go and talk to that school first. Like, share your concerns. I always say try to give them an opportunity to fix it. And if your child is just not thriving, it does take a moment for little ones to transition. It really does take a little bit for them to just get used to it. But if you just know it's not working out, do not be afraid to change schools and change environment. I have 4 kids personally of my own, and I really had to switch different schools for my 2 younger ones because traditional school wasn't working. So don't be afraid to be your child's advocate, because you are their only voice.
That's true, and transitions can be tough, but we also know kids are so resilient, so they will have that time to bounce back if you give them the space.
Absolutely. Kids are so resilient. And you'll know when you found the right school because they're going to be so happy. They're not going to want to, sometimes they don't want to go home with you at night because they want to just keep doing activities. So, you know your child best. So go with your intuition. And also, I think a lot of times we can get wrapped up in, oh, this is the school, this is where everybody's going.
Hmm.
But that might not work for your child. And it's okay to not go to the A school or that particular school if it doesn't work for your child.
Yeah, great advice and insight. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.